Sanofi, a global and diversified healthcare leader, reports results for the third quarter of 2015. Jerome Contamine, welcome.
Hello.
You're the CFO of Sanofi. What are your comments on Q3 2015 financial performance?
So the group reported a steady financial performance this quarter, showing growth on both the top and bottom line, driven by strong performance of Genzyme vaccines on emerging markets. At the same time, as we highlighted in Q2, we are also investing behind our new product launches and pipeline. Our group sales increased 3.4% at constant exchange rate, which is up 9.2% on a reported basis to 9.5 billion euros, while operating expenses increased 7.5% to 3.8 billion euros, given higher investments in new products. We are encouraged by the growing adoption of new products such as Aubagio, Lemtrada, Toujeo and NexGard, and the recent launch of Praluent. Our business EPS in the third quarter increased 6.1% at constant exchange rate to 1.61 euro per share and grew 9.5% on a reported basis.
Why have you revised expectations for your diabetes franchise in 2015 and for 2015 to 2018?
So actually in the third quarter, sales of the diabetes division decreased 6.6% to 1.8 billion euro. This is mainly reflecting lower sales of Lantus in the US. In light of these recent sales trends for the diabetes business and ongoing market dynamics, we now expect its global diabetes sales to be down between 6 to 7% at constant exchange rate for 2015. Given the change in the US market dynamics, and as part of the strategic business review we just have undertaken, we've also taken a fresh look at the midterm prospect for the diabetes franchise. Accounting for recent market trends, we now project global diabetes sales over the period 2015 to 2018 to decline at an average annualized rate of between 4 and 8%, all this at constant exchange rate. Approximately half of this revision is attributable to insulin glargine, and the other half is related to reduced expectation for Afrezza, Lexumia, and the deprioritization of our blood glucose monitoring systems. As we said in the press release, we intend to mitigate the impact of these revised sales expectations on our business operating income by 2018, and we will provide a midterm strategic and financial outlook for the group on November 6.
Do you maintain your full year 2015 business EPS guidance?
So yes, I confirm that we expect 2015 business EPS to be stable to slightly growing versus 2014 at constant average exchange rates, barring unforeseen major adverse events. In addition, the positive currency impact on 2015 full-year business EPS is estimated to be between 6 and 8%, under the assumption that the exchange rates remain stable in the fourth quarter as the average rates of September 2015.
And what are your comments on the performance at Genzyme this quarter?
I'm very pleased to report that Genzyme again recorded another quarter with double-digit sales growth, sales being up 32.7% to 923 million euros. The multiple sclerosis franchise continues to more than double sales on an annual basis at constant exchange rate. Aubagio is now Genzyme's largest product by sales, and the launch of Lemtrada is progressing well. Sales of rare diseases delivered once again double-digit growth in the quarter, up 13% to 630 million euros. This performance was mainly driven by continued new patient accruals across the three major disease areas, Gaucher, Fabry and Pompe.
Are you pleased with your vaccine sales this quarter?
So first, our vaccines business showed good sales growth of 5.5% at constant exchange rates in the third quarter. Major contributors to total sales of 1.7 billion euros in the period were the US flu vaccines, up 8.3%, the PPH family of vaccines, the pediatric vaccines, up 17.8%, driven primarily by strong sales in China, and Menactra, up 17.8% as well, resulting from strong US public sector purchasing. The overall performance of the flu franchise was stable as we had delayed supply in Western Europe and Mexico. Importantly, we continue to be on track to deliver more than 65 million doses of flu vaccine in the important US market in the 2015 season, and the Q3-Q4 split will be closer to 60-40 breakdown this year versus around 70-30 breakdown last year.
Is Merial able to sustain such a strong performance?
So Merial has reported its sixth consecutive quarter of strong performance. Sales exceeded 600 million euros in the period, an increase of 9.3% at constant exchange rates. This is principally driven by the companion animal segment, and notably the performance of NexGard in the US, which is supported by a successful advertising campaign. The production animals segment is also up 2.5% to 200 million euro, driven by the avian business in emerging markets. Importantly, the business operating margin of Merial continues to be very solid at 28.5% for the first 9 months of the year.
Praluent was just recently approved. What are your comments on its ramp-up?
So as you know, Praluent received US approval in late July and EU approval in late September. The product was launched in the US within days and is gaining market access and developing awareness in the broader medical community. It will become available in some major European countries by year-end. Our comprehensive patient and prescriber support hub, called MyPraluent, has already served as an effective platform for over 4,000 prescribers. We recently secured branded preferred Tier 2 commercial formulary position with Express Scripts. In addition to gaining greater US market access, near-term expansion opportunities are focused on driving product awareness and adoption. We are also pleased to report that launches in the first European countries are underway. So overall, launch progress is consistent with our expectations of a gradual uptake in the market.
And lastly, is Sanofi impacted by the economic slowdown in emerging markets?
As a matter of fact, despite the wider macroeconomic challenges these countries faces, Sanofi reported sales growth of 11.4% in emerging markets this quarter. Vaccine sales in the regions were up 22% to 358 million euros, driven by polio, pertussis and hip vaccines. Diabetes also performed well, up 15% to more than 370 million euro. Genzyme sales were up 27%, driven by strong Fabrazyme and Cerezyme sales growth of 30% or 20% respectively.
Jérôme Contamine, thank you for your time. We'll look forward to hearing more at your Meet Sanofi Management Day on Friday, November 6th.
Thank you.